I was going to ask of a very succinct description of collaborative law, which you've already done in our conversation, but the title of your book with Stu Webb, I mean, that pretty much captures it.
Yeah, that captures certainly what it tries to do is reduce the stress and be better for children and better for families and better for people. And so I think people get at the core if we're trying to help them make their world better. The core tangible piece, and I'll try to explain it with less legalese, is that it starts with the idea that the lawyers are working outside of the courtroom, and so you get a blend between neutral people, good family specialists, and financial people who are neutral, kind of like mediators, and yet you get advocates, somebody who's an ally, your friend, who's going to be a friend in a different way. And I think that's the kind of paradigm shift piece, because people tend to think of lawyers as either irrelevant or gladiators, and they don't realize that they could be the old idea of legal counsel, somebody who's there to help you find your better self and even help your spouse recognize that better self. And I tell people, when you hear about a lawyer as an advocate, you automatically think the lawyer's going to go into the room and argue or insult and do these things. And really, that's the very last thing that families need, particularly because it doesn't work, but it just creates more disharmony. But they need somebody who feels like they're on their side, or they know is on their side. And I often tell when I'm talking to a couple together, I say, well, look, if I was your friend, say I'm talking to the wife, and I'm my job is to be your best friend, I don't really want to become your spouse's enemy. In fact, I can be a better friend if I'm not their enemy, because I need to get them to say yes to things that matter to them that matter to you. In order to get them to say yes, I have to think about what they care about. And I think clients immediately grasp how that's better if the other counsel is doing it the same way. And so some of the idea is getting synergistic lawyering, because if I'm trying to appeal to their common interests and the things they care about together, and the other lawyer is doing a whole different kind of dance, it creates disharmony. And part of the idea of collaborative law is to line up like-minded lawyers. It's kind of the opposite of the old fight fire with fire. It's sort of saying, well, I'll find somebody will speak in a holistic, interest-based manner if you will as well. And that way they can get a different kind of advocacy where they really truly are getting win-win scenarios, because most people in divorce have more in common than they differ about. If we can build on the things they have in common, then the differences become easier to mend. So that's the core behind it. And then you start with the lawyer part, but then collaborative law means that once you understand the lawyer part, that opens the door to the other part, the financial part, the mental health part. If we lock the courthouse door, sort of, or at least temporarily lock it, we get people out of a rights-based mentality and onto an interest-based or goal-based mentality. And that allows them to see that it isn't the lawyers who are going to have to be the chief priests of this. It's the mental health people, the financial people, the child specialists. Those people are going to help their family grow so that they can not only get their divorce agreement, but they can develop some skills. And that's always the thing I love seeing the most, is that when they come through the process, not only less damaged than the old process, but actually enhanced in their ability to co-parent, enhanced in their ability to talk to their spouse, improved in their ability to handle their finances even. People should be given the opportunity to improve their life skills as they enter the next chapter. And we provide that opportunity, which to me is the most rewarding part of the work.